It's that time again. We are back. Yes.
Last weekend with Leanne,
Yeah.
my youngest daughter, for the Super Bowl. So we had a good time. I think Ryan filled in for
Yes,
me.
he did.
Hopefully, he did at least an adequate job.
Yeah, he did great. He was under the weather and he still kept it like a champ. We had some technical difficulties getting started because it decided to log me out of everything all at once and I had to go. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a pain in the butt, but we made it.
that's what happened. So
We
let's
made
just
it.
jump right into it.
All right.
Because I've been gone for a week. Busy, 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 even though it's Friday. First
Yeah,
off, to
man.
all you lovely young ladies, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. I hope that you having a good dinner, enjoyable evening, or whatever it is you're looking for on this wonderful Friday,
That's right.
February 14th. So a happy Valentine's Day.
My
So
wife and I
what
do the
happened?
13th.
Huh?
I said my wife and I do the 13th. We skip the meal lines, and every month we do the 13th like
Yeah.
clockwork.
Uh,
So
TV land. Jason's not right in the head, so we're just going to move on. his 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 cheap
true.
ass just doesn't want to spend an extra dollar for the
No,
big.
I just don't want to stand
So
in
he goes
line.
the day
I hate
before they
lines.
bump the price up a buck on
No.
it. So anyway, all right. So I get a call this week after hours because the phones get transferred to either my cell phone or Ryan's.
True.
And ask your lawyer if you're going to hire someone else. Is that the case? Can I literally speak with you after hours? Just so you know, the answer is no, in my opinion. But we're going to
Except
move
at
on.
Reed
So I
and
get this
Reed.
call.
Yeah.
They're literally in Pasco County on the side of the road by what was it, Gall Boulevard, which I believe is either 52 or 54. That doesn't matter. What had happened was they'd gotten hit by a truck, spun around, and the truck kept going. So that's a hit and run. And
Yeah.
so, they're calling up, they're trying to get the police to come out, and they wouldn't, which is a whole nother issue. But just so you'll know, people out there in TV land, in Florida anymore, the police, are you hurt? No, we're not coming. Now, mind you, they were hurt and we're still not coming because it was, oh, what? That's on a a state highway, so it's the Florida Highway Patrol. So the Pasco County, that's not our jurisdiction. Florida Highway Patrol says we're not coming, yada, 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 yada.
What?
Oh, yeah, I can't make this
So,
stuff up. There's no need to. And ultimately, no one came. Uh,
wow.
but I'm going to kind of Quentin Tarantino you. But the guy, I think, realized that leaving the scene of an automobile crash can either be a misdemeanor or a first or second or third degree felony. He got a few miles down the road and maybe had a little birdie saying, "You better pull over because right now this is a traffic crash involving insurance that you may turn into prison time."
Yeah, wow.
So he
Yeah.
ultimately did call, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, and I didn't, and I wouldn't, but I'd say chase him down and do a citizen's arrest. Now,
Hmm.
mind you, the question is, in Florida, can you do a citizen's arrest?
Okay. So your brain was like, why don't you?
Well,
Hmm.
well, and I get so
Let
many
me
of
count the reasons.
these calls where the people flee,
Yeah.
and then
Wow.
the police either don't care or they're too busy. Who knows why? I'm not here ragging the police. I mean,
Sure.
it's crazy anymore. There's not enough of them. Too many people. So
I get it.
that's not the issue. The issue though is, if I don't catch this person or otherwise, then maybe you don't have collision coverage. Maybe you don't have the insurance to get your car fixed. Maybe you're hurt and you don't have
Yeah, I've seen it.
insured
Yeah.
motorist coverage, is what we preach.
Yep.
Either way, that's those are a bunch of
Mm.
issues to why. But the question, Jason, is in Florida, can you make a citizen's arrest? Can you, Jason Crawford, in Tallahassee, go arrest somebody for a certain types of crimes?
I can think of like a many reasons why I probably shouldn't, but
Oh yeah, that's the different
can
issue.
I?
That's not the question. Stay focused.
I'm sticking with you. I'm sticking with you. Um. Florida's got some weird laws. I'm gonna go. Maybe, but there's probably like a whole bunch of stipulations. That's gonna be my answer.
Well, that's fine. The answer is yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can make a citizen's arrest, and
Okay.
specifically, a private citizen can affect a citizen's arrest for a DUI, which is considered a breach of the peace. Okay, so you can arrest an individual for certain misdemeanors. Now, there's
Huh.
felonies and misdemeanors. Felonies are certainly a burglary. You know, someone breaks into your home. I mean, you
Yeah.
could shoot them, but you could also arrest them. Uh,
Yeah.
or if you see somebody burglarizing your local 7-Eleven, I mean, you can literally arrest that person. Homicide, you can arrest somebody. Aggravated assault. Now, here's the kicker on aggravated assault. Someone's holding a baseball bat, and they say, I'm the person holding the bat, and I'm threatening you, and maybe the other coach or something is behind us, and I say, Jason, I'm gonna kill you, and I got this bat. That
Whew.
other person can arrest me right then and there
Wow.
because it's aggravated assault. Assault is the verbal threat. Battery is if I actually crack you over the head.
Wow.
Either way, someone could arrest me for aggravated assault, armed robbery. You could arrest somebody if they're selling an illegal drug, if it's a felony.
Okay.
You can arrest somebody for misdemeanors if the person's walking around, your neighborhood drunk, screaming and hollering, breach of the peace. You
Hmm.
can arrest somebody.
Okay. This is the
Vandalism, if they're
important one.
vandalizing your property, that's a misdemeanor, but that's considered a breach of the peace. You could arrest somebody.
This has
Okay,
got to be the most important one.
go
I have to
ahead.
know the answer to this.
Shoot.
Parking violations, like traffic
No,
violations, parking incorrectly.
no,
Okay. Okay.
no,
So
not even
so all of
close.
those people at Walmart parking over like three
Now,
spaces and okay, they're safe.
the
They're
misdemeanors are pretty
safe.
limited.
Okay.
Pretty limited.
Fair
More or less,
enough.
you think of a breach of the peace. You know,
Okay.
so those,
I got you.
and it has to be done in your presence. Jason, you can't go, or your kids can't say, Daddy, I saw somebody spray painting the fence or whatever, and then you go see him walking down the road and say you're under arrest because you didn't see him. So,
Right.
these
Okay.
crimes have to be done in your presence.
Okay. All right.
All
Fair
right.
enough. Fair enough.
And what it is, the requirements are basically, and let me go out because I pulled up a case, which believe it or not, there are, and these are
Wait,
interesting.
reckless driving, isn't
It's
that a
a,
misdemeanor?
no,
Okay.
it would have to be to the level of a DUI,
Okay.
and you're going to need probably a camera, dash cam, because
Hmm.
cases have gotten dismissed where just because Jason thinks Paul's driving erratically is
Okay.
not enough.
So this
Jason has to
specific
have
hit and run situation
hit and
is
run's different.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hit and
Okay.
run is you hit somebody and
Okay.
you flee.
Yeah. Got
I
you.
mean,
Got you.
yeah,
Okay.
because there's
Very
a
specifically
statute in
different.
Florida that says you're required to stop even if someone's like we're going through the Walmart parking lot, I hit your
Yeah.
car, but you're not in it. I'm supposed to stop and at least write my name, phone number, and contact information and provide it to you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a hit and run with an injury, just so you'll know out there, is a third-degree felony. If it's a serious
Ooh.
injury, it's a second-degree felony. So hit and
Oh.
runs, now mind you, a hit and run with just property damage would not be subject to those felonious counts of
Mm.
second and third degree. But either way, there was an interesting case where the police officer, of course, it's always in Miami, and it was in Miami. He's out of his jurisdiction, right? So,
Okay.
like a
Hmm.
Tampa police officer can't come into Brandon and go into your house and set up a drug deal and arrest you as a Tampa police officer. You with me?
I do. Yes, I understand.
But
Yes.
that Tampa police officer is what's happened here in Miami. He went in for whatever reason, did the drug deal in Brandon, pulled out his gun, and arrested the people, right?
Okay.
Well, the lawyer for the arrested individual, let me just stop. Then
Yeah.
the Tampa police officer calls Hillsborough County Sheriff, says, Hey, I've detained this person. I've effectuated a citizen's arrest. You come and get him.
Okay.
So that's what you have to do. You can, put him under arrest, but then you got to immediately call law enforcement and say, look, I've arrested this person. You need to come and get them and kind of do the rest.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of shortening that, but that's what you
Yeah.
have to do.
Okay, I got
You
you.
can't arrest
Okay.
them and take them to your home and throw them in your bedroom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is
My
what
compound.
happened here.
Okay.
The Miami-Dade officer was not in his jurisdiction.
Okay.
The Tampa police officer was in Brandon, not in his jurisdiction. So what both of those officers said, look, I didn't arrest this individual as a police officer.
Right.
I arrested this individual
I
as
effectuated
a citizen.
Citizen's arrest.
And then I called the proper authorities to come and handle the rest.
Okay.
Well, of course, the alleged criminal, they filed what's called a motion to suppress. Look, this person, the police officer in Tampa Police was in Brandon, outside their jurisdiction. The Miami-Dade officer was outside their jurisdiction. So the arrest was improper, unconstitutional, you name it. It should be all of the evidence gathered there, the cocaine, the pipes, the whatever, the marijuana should be suppressed and basically the case dismissed. That's the argument. You with me so far?
I am. I'm getting the. Just keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll say it after.
Well, the court said, because again, if each one of those officers, Tampa Police or the Broward, whatever, it said, I'm a police officer and you're under arrest, then all of that evidence would have been suppressed.
Right. Right. Because he's outside of his jurisdiction.
Because they were not acting, it's called under color of the office. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Under cover of law, under cover of the office. They were acting as a private citizen. The court said, no, you committed a felony in the private citizens, what's the term? In their, I just drew a blank mental, in their presence.
Presence. Okay. Yeah.
And then, so therefore that individual has the right to detain you or arrest you, with the terminology. And then the individual, the private citizen, called the police immediately. And therefore, we're not going to suppress all of that evidence. Thank you. Have a nice day. And off to prison you go.
Wow.
Now, could Jason Superman up in Tallahassee go to these college parties? Because you do look like a young college age lad.
Oh, thank you.
You could go and say, hey, I want to buy a pound of marijuana, or I want to buy this, I want to buy that. And could Jason, go into the house and buy the marijuana and then arrest these people? Jason could.
Ooh.
Yeah. Is it recommended that Jason does? No. But you could.
I'm not Batman.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the way it works is you can use, believe it or not, you can use force to effectuate the arrest. You just have to use only that amount of force necessary to detain the individual you're arresting.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So now, having said that, we're going to do a disclaimer. Yeah. Jason and Paul in this podcast says you should not do that.
Yes, that's correct. That's absolutely correct.
Right. With a caveat, though, there may be a time in somebody's life where they need to do that. Now,
I was thinking
maybe you're out somewhere where there's nobody around.
Yeah.
And then you got, self-defense or this, that, who knows?
Sure. Yeah.
There may be a time, well, put it this way. Maybe somebody breaks into your house and they're
I was going to say,
well, you can't shoot them. You can't shoot them in the back.
Yeah.
But you could tackle them and arrest them.
Right.
So they don't get away.
Right. Or say you have a party.
Honest, I can see that.
Yeah. Or let's say that you have a party and somebody brought something unscrupulous to your party.
You can. They blow out. The lines are on the table. You're under arrest.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Right. No, thank you. Yeah. I could see a circumstance where it's valid.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. Most of the time, you just say, "Get the heck out of my house and don't ever come back." But I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
see where somebody could say, look, you know what? You're under arrest. And that person would be like, you can't arrest me. Jack them up, boom, you're under arrest. All law
Actually,
enforcement say,
sir,
look, we were having a birthday party for my 11-year-old, and the
that's
12 year
right.
old slapped a line of cocaine on the table. And so I arrested him.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my word.
interesting enough, I could see where you really
Yeah,
you could arrest somebody. Now remember
yeah,
you screw up, you could get sued civilly for false arrest, false imprisonment,
yep.
and things of that nature. So, but I would say, if you brought fentanyl to somebody's house
Oh,
or cocaine to somebody's house, those are all felonies. You
mm,
could rightfully arrest that person. A hit and run, if you're injured, if you do chase them down, you could arrest somebody. But
mm.
also remember, in Florida, there's a lot of concealed weapons out there, so you might end up in a shootout. But I'm just saying you could. If someone breaks into the house and they're running, you can't shoot them in the back. You certainly could chase them down for burglary of a dwelling, which is a felony, and you could arrest them for that. And you have every right to use whatever force is necessary to detain them. Now,
Yeah,
again, you can't pummel them.
right,
At least
right.
if you have a camera that's recording, you can't pummel them.
They
But so anyway, I thought it was
fell down
interesting
the
because in my
stairs.
mind I'm thinking
All of
chase them down and arrest them. I didn't say
yeah,
that,
yeah,
um, but
yeah.
but you
That's
could, because unfortunately
mm,
every day, or certainly every week, you hear about, if you read the paper or the news, a hit and run where
sure.
my
Somebody just
guess
takes
is about
off.
99% of the people are intoxicated,
Yeah,
probably.
probably. Yeah,
Now,
I
having
don't
said
want to.
that, there may be, and I'm not getting all political there, but there could be other reasons. One, the people maybe are on probation, or they don't have a driver's license, or their license is suspended.
Or
There
they're
there
not
could
supposed to
be
be here.
individuals who are here illegally
Yeah,
driving, that
yeah,
so there are many other reasons than
sure.
alcohol. But my guess is, other than maybe being suspended license, or probably the great majority after midnight, or DUIs.
Sure. How did your situation with the hit and run end up?
Well, again, remember I said that's where it gets tricky, because the person stopped a mile or two down the road. Then it was, well, was it a hit and run? Or I wanted to go down the road because I was in fear that they may retaliate.
Oh, right.
There's too much to
Yeah,
so that one would be and they called the police. So bottom
yeah.
line, we
Okay.
found out who it was, ran the tag, and they have Geico. And we already found out today, this was last night, they called me, I'm sorry, last night, and they have bodily injury liability. So here at Reed and Reed, we're solid.
Yeah, that's great.
We
That's
found
good
all
news.
that out from me getting the call, sitting on my couch, drinking a beer at about 7 o'clock, till
Of
they came
course.
into my office today
Of
at
course.
about 10 o'clock. So
Yeah.
I'm not a
Well,
math
I'm
major,
glad to
but
hear that there was
in less than
resolution.
24 hours, we got the person, we got the insurance, they're going to the doctor. Thank you, have a nice day.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know if the largest law firm on the face of the planet would be able to move that quickly,
That's
or anyone
awesome,
else that
Paul.
you call at 7 o'clock at night, and you're already in there sitting right here in their
Just
office.
in time to
On the
do the
phone.
live stream. Yeah.
Huh?
I said just in time to do the live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sitting right here, being signed up by me, 28-year experienced attorney, and finding out from Geico that there's bodily injury, getting you to a doctor, good to go. That you need to remember
Fantastic.
when you pick up the phone and say, I'm going to call a lawyer.
Case waiting for you.
Are you? Are you calling the lawyer? Are you getting the lawyer you're calling?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm tooting my own horn on that one, Jason, because
You should. You should. At
this
least a
was
little. At
this
least
is
a little.
this is how it works at Reed and Reed.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you're back. Ryan, it's always great to hear from Ryan than to do like something different from community standpoint. But I just feel like I love these deep dives, because I always learn something, man. I'm gonna have a de facto or whatever law degree by the time we're done doing all of these live feed reads.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, so 20 minutes, but that's that. So can
Word.
you arrest somebody? Certain misdemeanors, breach of the peace. which,
Yeah.
I got to be honest, there's a lot of that goes on at night when you're walking around and so forth, so on. But don't do it.
Mm,
But again, there may be an instance where, like I
I'm
said,
Batman.
it's the only way to basically, make sure that the individual that has wronged you it doesn't get away with it.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so there you go. Go out there now, and everybody becomes police officers and arrest everybody.
No, no, not chaos, chaos. Hey,
Yeah.
there's a new bill that just upped the recruiting salaries for law enforcement in the state of Florida. Do
Oh,
that
that's
instead.
yeah.
Do that instead.
Uh, no doubt, no doubt. So, all right, well then that's all I have for you. It is
Good.
again, happy Valentine's Day. Tell your lovely wife and the author of my book, if you haven't read it, The Other Side of the Law, Paul Reed and Crystal Crawford. Tell her I
I
said happy
will.
Valentine's Day.
I
Uh,
definitely will.
Actually, my brother Jody Reed, who is a Major League Baseball player and a
Yeah.
coach for a amount of years, he has probably YouTube videos, Jason. If you Google Jody Reed, he will show
Yeah.
your kids how to field, how to hit, how to run
Ooh,
bases, and things of that
nice.
nature.
I'll
And
look him
anybody
up.
out there that wants, to help their kids with hitting and fielding and running bases, my brother again, Jody Reed, REED, Major League Baseball 11 years, and was a coach for the Miami Marlins, and on and on
That's
and on and
right.
on and on. I think
Broke
if you
it. Yeah.
scour the
Broke his
internet,
femur
you'll
last
be able to
year.
find him out there.
Yeah, man.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah, I'll look him up. I didn't know he had gotten his videos up. I'll definitely
Yeah,
show the
no, yeah.
kids.
I think
Yeah.
some are with the Yankees club. Yeah, he's there.
Very
All right,
cool.
Jason. Well, listen, it's the weekend. It's good seeing you again, my brother.
Yeah, man.
God willing, we'll be back same bat time, same bat channel.
I'm
Take your butt
Batman.
into church on Sunday and tell
That's
Jesus
right.
thank you. That's
That's
all I
right,
got.
man. All right, I'll take us out.
Reed and Reed, it's like having a lawyer in the family.